It's a ghost story.
La da 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 dum dum da. La da 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 dum dum da. If there's anything that you want, if there's anything I can do, just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you.
Act 1, Scene 2 of Hamlet. It actually has 3 parts. Part 1 is King Claudius addressing his subjects, probably for the first time after marrying Queen Gertrude and being crowned the new king of Denmark. Part 2 is Hamlet's soliloquy, "Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew." And then part 3 of this scene is when Horatio shows up and informs Hamlet that they have seen the ghost of his dead father, old King Hamlet Sr. The theme of this act is pointed out by King Claudius. The common theme of life is death of fathers. Your father lost a father, that father lost his. And as I've already pointed out, Shakespeare himself was dealing with a lot of losses in his own personal life. He had lost his son Hamnet at age 11 to the plague, about 4 years before writing this play. And his father, John Shakespeare, had either just died or was very, very old and not in good health while Shakespeare was writing this play. So the loss of his father would have either just have happened, or it certainly would have been on Shakespeare's mind as imminent as he's writing this play. One of the things that Shakespeare is trying to point out with the play Hamlet, with the character Hamlet, is there's no right or wrong way to deal with loss and death. Some people, when they experience a loss, they want to get right back to work and get busy again, and that's the way they're going to deal with it. Other people, like the character Hamlet, need a longer time to grieve and to feel sad. And it seems like no matter what you do, somebody else is going to judge you and say, what's wrong with this person? How could she go back to work so soon after this loss? What's taking him or her so long to get over it? In this scene, King Claudius and Queen Gertrude are both looking at Hamlet and saying, why is it taking you so long to get over the death of your father? How long exactly has it been? Well, in the soliloquy, Hamlet says, it's been 2 months. But then he corrects himself and he says, nay, not 2 months, not yet 2 months. So how long has it been? A month and a half, 8 weeks, something like that. We're not really exactly sure. Add into the mix the fact that his mother got remarried to his uncle in that time period as well. That's also causing Hamlet a lot of angst. King Claudius is going to look at Hamlet and judge him and say, this has gone on too long. You've been mourning your father's death for too long. And he's actually going to go one step further and say, 'tis unmanly grief. He's basically saying to Hamlet, man up. Stop acting like such a little baby. I can't believe you're still sad over your father's death. The queen is going to look at Hamlet and she's going to ask him the question, why seems it so particular with thee? And Hamlet's response is a very interesting one, and that's the one I want to focus in on for this little speech. Here is Hamlet's answer to the question, why seems it so particular with thee? Seems, madam, nay, it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, nor windy suspiration of forced breath. No, nor the fruitful river in the eye, nor the dejected behavior of the visage, together with all forms, moods, shapes of grief that can denote me truly. These, indeed, seem, for they are actions that a man might play. But I have that within which passeth show, these but the trappings and the suits of woe. Hamlet's answer to his mother is, I don't seem to be sad and depressed about my father's death. I am sad and depressed about my father's death. There's no seems about it. Hamlet points out that the word seems is weak. Remember that for every essay you write for English class, for me here in high school, or as you go forward into college. Don't say things like, Shakespeare seems to be telling us that there's no right or wrong way to mourn a death. Seems, madam? Nay, it is. I know not seems. All right, you want to be forceful. Don't dilute the power of your sentence with seems. You tell me Shakespeare is telling us that there's no right or wrong way to mourn a death. I have a Google comment especially for that. Avoid seems, it's weak. The only acceptable use of seems in an essay is when you are pointing out a specific contrast between appearance and reality. For example, The Great Gatsby seems like a well-educated man from an aristocratic family, but in reality, he actually has no education and he's from a very poor family. Here's the other thing that's very interesting about this speech, and it's a motif that's going to come up again and again in the play Hamlet. Hamlet, the character in this speech, insists that he's not acting. He talks in this speech about all this stuff that people are noticing: dressing in black, sighing, crying. These indeed seem, they are actions that a man might play. Right? Okay, so think about this for a moment. You have an actor pretending to be Hamlet. This actor is pretending to be sad about the death of his father. And when his mother asks him, why do you seem so sad? His answer is, no, I don't seem sad. I am sad. I'm not acting. I'm not pretending. And he actually uses the line, these are actions that a man might play. This is going to be a continuing, repeating motif in the play Hamlet. This idea of metadrama. These moments in the play where they make references to being in a play. A lot of the scenes are set up with an audience there to view the action. Think about Act 1, Scene 1. Horatio is brought on to see the ghost. Later on, we're actually going to have a real acting troupe show up. Not a real acting troupe. Actors pretending to be actors. There you go. Some thoughts and ideas on Act 1, Scene 2.
A lot of people won't get no supper tonight. A lot of people won't get no justice tonight.